Yay. All right, our next performer actually is originally from the States. She's an American import who, after spending the last 3 years in LA, decided she'd rather be a small fish in a small pond and thus moved to poor Nikki Wellington. Another person who's making waves in the local comedy comps made it through to the semi-finals of 2023's Welly Rural Comedy Quest comp. And before that, back in the States, she gained a New Zealand-sized fan base that included Jermaine Clement and Reese Darby after doing her Flight of the Conchords band meeting impressions. And we've got to hear for you right now in the Cobb Valley. Please welcome to the stage, Summer Begalka!
Kia ora e te whanau. Oh, it's nice to be here. It's very cool. I do a lot of comedy in Wellington for people, but here I feel like I'm doing it for the trees. I'm doing it for the tangata and the whenua. It's great. Oh man, it's been cool at Twisted. It's been crazy. Yeah, as Feather mentioned, I am from the States. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, you too? Alright, cool. Hey, we're in the same boat here. We are in the same boat. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell by the cowboy hat. I didn't buy this shit. It was a gift. I don't spend money on it, but I'll accept it. Which similarly, shrooms, same boat. So if you have anything, don't worry about it. We're sorted. Yeah, so I'm from the States, but I used to be one of those Americans, right, that used to say, I'm from America, before everyone started asking, which one? Yeah, and so I was like, well, actually, I think it's pretty obvious where in North America North Americans are from when they start describing it. Like, I'm talking mainly about the US, Canada, and Mexico. Here's how you can tell if someone is from the US, Canada, or Mexico. If they say they're from America, they're from the States. If they say they're from North America, Canadian. And if they can't speak English, they're from Alabama. Now, I've been here for a year now in New Zealand. It's been amazing. I love it. But, yeah. Do we all love New Zealand? Yes. Man, it's great. But it did take some adjusting. Some really weird adjustments. But I think the weirdest adjustment I had to get used to was learning that Kiwis speak like toddlers. Kiwis speak like toddlers because Kiwis will say things like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a chocky bar. First time I heard that, I didn't know what that was. I was like, a chocky bar? What's that? That sounds interesting. Can you draw with it on the pavement? And then they held one up and they showed me and I was like, oh, you mean chocolate bar. When you say chalky bar, you mean chocolate. But it's great because Kiwis speak like toddlers. It's very cute. You say chalky, we say chocolate. You say prizzy, we say present or gift. You say macas, we say a wholesome meal. And, wholesome's a big word for us. So, makes Americans feel sophisticated. Like Kiwis speak like babies. It's adorable. You'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over to my auntie's for brekkie and hot chocky. Gonna drop off a birthday prezi. For lunch, we're gonna have Sammys and chippies. Maybe some lollies. And then for dinner, Kieran's taking us for Macca's Chicky Burgers and Bubbles. And then you'll drop something like, and Kieran's paying the good cunt. What? The rating of your conversation goes from hold my hand, mommy, to spit in my mouth, daddy, in a sentence. Go from goo goo gaga to Samuel L. Jackson with no mood change. Samuel L. Jackson doesn't even use the word cunt. Samuel L. Jackson will be like, does he look like a bitch? And you guys will be like, no, he looks like a cunt. Samuel L. Jackson will be like, what? You guys will be like, say what again? Motherfucker. So I don't know if you picked up on that. That's a Pulp Fiction meets Flight of the Conchords reference, and there's nowhere in the world that I can be that niche. Nowhere. Now, I recently had a female co-worker who said she didn't understand the Barbie movie, but she found Oppenheimer easy to follow. She said she found Oppenheimer easy to follow even though she didn't know who any of the characters were. I said, well, Oppenheimer's the main one, and the rest were overshadowed by Florence Pugh's nipples, so you don't need to worry about them. But she explained that because she went to film school, She didn't understand the Barbie movie, but she easily understood Oppenheimer. I said, wow, the Emoji Movie must have been Latin to you. But Tenet and Inception probably read like the alphabet. She goes, yeah, the alphabet. Yeah, I find that easy to understand, even though I don't know what any of the letters are. I was like, oh. And then she gave me a confused look. I said, it comes between N and P. A lot of comedians will come up, they'll do crowd work. I'm not gonna, but they do. They'll usually ask, like, what do you do for work? I don't care. I don't even know what my friends do, because I want to know, like, the interesting stuff about you. I want to know who their celebrity crushes are. Yeah. Furthermore, I want to know who the weird celebrity crushes are. Like, if you told someone else, they would be like, oh, okay, power to you. But I asked this one guy, I asked who his weird celebrity crush was. And he goes, Brad Pitt. I was like, lower your fucking standards. Jesus Christ, that's your weird celebrity crush? My celebrity crush is Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords. Fuck. Yeah, that guy, he's great. I had the opportunity to meet him a month ago. I am still wet. Oh my god. You guys, it didn't rain at this festival. That was just me remembering how I met him. So sorry for the mud, but I'm glad we're all having a great time. Yeah. Man. Oh, sorry, I can't think of it now. We're having a nice sunny day. But I also used to really like Jason Bateman when I was younger. Like from Ozark, Arrested Development, Teen Wolf 2. Woo! I love Jason Bateman. And then I realized between Jermaine Clement and Jason Bateman, I seem to have a type which is funny with gaps, like in their teeth and our ages. And then I put it together. I realized, oh, my ideal partner is Goofy. Because he might be 90 years old, but I would fuck the hook out of Goofy. Oh, that is one hot dog. Yeah, so my weird crush is Jason Bateman. I do just want to real quick just like dedicate this show. This is my brother's necklace. I'm wearing his necklace, Simon. I love you. Simon was eaten by an alligator on a family trip to Florida. Yeah, I'm an only child. That's all right. But it's because my brother was eaten by an alligator on a family trip to Florida. And that was the second worst holiday I've ever had. The worst one was back in September of 2022. I went to go visit my long-distance boyfriend in the UK. He's from Manchester, so I went to Manchester. Hey! You might know him. Tell him. Never mind. All right. Yeah, I went to Manchester. The trip started off great. The Queen died. It was... Oh, man. Yeah, you remember. It was great. Everything was shut down. We couldn't do anything, so we had to go back to his place and just fuck. And it was like, yeah, it was great. But then I had to carry on with my trip. I was like traveling around the UK, so I had to like leave him and like carry on. I ended up getting food poisoning on a ferry to Ireland, so I can cross shitting myself on the ferry. Cross that off the bucket list. Great. But then, once I got to Ireland, the last day there, I had to go to the hospital with kidney stones, have the authentic Irish experience. And then the next day I went back to the States, but my 17-hour flight turned into a 29-hour flight. And it was the same day in the States that it was when I left Ireland. And then 2 days after I got back home, my boyfriend, who I went over there to see, he said he didn't see a future with me and broke up with me. And then the very next day I got COVID. And then the next 10 days I had to isolate with nothing but coronavirus and the heartbreak and memory of the man I thought I was going to marry. Yeah, but I didn't run into any alligators. And that's why Aotearoa is blessed. Thank you guys so much. I'm Summer Begalka. Have a great Twisted.
Summer motherfucking Begalka, everybody give it up.